Welcome to Franchise Marketing Radio, brought to you by SeoSamba. Comprehensive high-performing marketing solutions for mature and emerging franchise brands. To supercharge your franchise marketing, go to SeoSamba.com. That's SeoSamba.com.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Franchise Marketing Radio, and this is going to be a good one. Today we have with us Brandon Fish with FranBridge Capital. Welcome, Brandon.
Hey, thanks for having me, Lee.
Before we get too far into things, tell us about FranBridge Capital. How are you serving folks?
Sure. So we are a private equity firm based in the Metro Atlanta area, focusing primarily on the home services industry. So under FranBridge Capital, we have 3 different home service companies. We have Pool Scouts of North Atlanta, we have OxyFresh of Metro Atlanta, and we have Home Clean Heroes of North Atlanta. I oversee operations for the 3 of those. And essentially, we're just trying to create a ecosystem of a customer base that's, receiving, really high quality service, great, cleaning process, great customer service on the back end. And we're basically just trying to create this cross referral network through that.
So now, are you seeing that as a trend in the franchise industry, this kind of building conglomerates around several services that have the same customer?
So I'm aware of some other units that are necessarily doing the same thing as we are. This is relatively new to myself as far as building out an organization like this. We've had OxyFresh carpet cleaning the longest. It's been 18 months now, and so I saw that, go from working I'm 26 years old now. So when we first started that, I was out of my parents' home, and then now it was out of my apartment complex. And then we went to a co-working space. And now we just moved this week into a full space here to run this whole operation. So it's kind of cool seeing it go from square one to, here, where we are now. But as far as the actual development in the industry, I think it's something that's becoming more common potentially. I think it's something that people should consider based off, grouping franchises that correlate nicely together.
So now, talk about the evolution of this. So you mentioned you started with Oxy. Then which one did you add next? And then how far away are you from building out the entire portfolio?
Sure. So we started with OxyFresh, like you mentioned, and then we added Pool Scouts of North Atlanta. I believe it was back late July, early August. And that's with Buzz franchise brands. They're located in Virginia Beach, and they also have Home Clean Heroes as well as British Swim School. They also had Mosquito Joe before, but essentially we formed an agreement with them. It was a 10 territory purchase in which we had 6 Home Clean Heroes territories and 4 Pool Scouts territories. And so we started with the Pool Scouts launch then, and then a month and a half later we launched Home Clean Heroes as well. And so that's kind of where we're at now as far as building out the entire organization. I think it's going to be, a 5-year process. We want to continue to add more brands to the portfolio as it makes sense. And essentially it's just, having an organization that, works kind of hand in hand to make this doable in the sense of, back office support and front office support, everyone kind of buying into the vision of creating this large ecosystem, if you will.
So now, when did you kind of had a feel for hey, this thing's going to work. I feel really good about this. Let's start kind of putting the pedal to the ground.
Sure. So first of all, I can't really necessarily take, there's 3 other partners who are really, responsible for heading this operation in addition to the investors that we have. But in the same token, it's Alan Young, who's with Shelf Genie. He's got a wide variety of entrepreneurship under his belt. John Austinson, who was with 10X Brands, Noble Brands, and I believe Carter's, and then Christian Pillett, who was my business. He came in, first initial business partner, I guess you could say. He came and spoke to my entrepreneurship class in college, and we really connected on a couple different things. I went to go work for his marketing firm, and from there, that led to a different world of we were working with franchises in that marketing firm, and that led to working with OxyFresh, and then us eventually teaming up. But as far as building this whole thing out, still necessarily a work in progress in that extent. As far as if we're at that point, we're seeing some early congruency and cross promoting proving to be effective. But I think now that we're in this new office space, which I just mentioned, having more room to grow and really get organized is going to be huge for us. So I think we're just going to now start to see the tip of the iceberg there.
So now, what do you need more of right now?
I think we need necessarily one getting set up here necessarily, but I think just continuing to work and develop our relationships with our customers, myself getting out in the field, making sure we're delivering the value we promise, and then in the same token, just continuing to add more team members to our organization here, in the sense that we're looking to add probably between these three companies probably an additional 50 employees by the end of 2021 is what we're aiming for. So expecting to see a lot of growth there in the hiring sense. So I need to find an office manager and different people to fill these roles to help us really fulfill this vision.
And then what about franchisee? What does a potential franchisee look like for you?
So necessarily in this sense, it's someone who, is looking for a passive income with, essentially what we're showing as far as our projections. We have a business model that we have here. And so in the sense that, we're just looking for people who, have an extra set of, money sitting around that they'd like to invest into, hopefully a proven organization here that's going to continue to build itself out. So that's necessarily what we're looking for. It's kind of like more, I guess kind of like a silent franchisee in that extent. Well, obviously they can contribute their knowledge and input as they like to, but they don't necessarily have to do a lot in this sense.
Now, are those folks going to be Atlanta folks, or you're looking to expand in the Southeast, like in a region?
We're definitely going to keep the operations as far as the servicing our customers in this North Atlanta, Metro Atlanta based area. Now we may continue to expand over time. That certainly is, potentially been discussed, but as far as people looking to invest or get involved with what we're doing, it can be anywhere from, all over the world necessarily in that extent. There's no limitation there as far as I see.
And then, so the folks you're hiring are the actual workers in each of those franchises?
Oh yeah. So we'll have back office administrative roles and support roles there, but in the same token, yeah, it's going to be, blue collar workers and different members that were, skilled trade that we're looking to add, to our carpet cleaning team, to our pool cleaning team, and to our home cleaning team. And then as we add, more brands to the portfolio in that sense, having brand managers and different assistant roles in that sense. So, multiple layers of growth there as far as who we're looking for.
So now, how did those brands handle COVID? Where, since this is a lot of work in someone's home, how did you kind of have to deal with, the fact that people were getting paranoid and that they're allowing people in their home was kind of tricky?
Sure. Yeah. So when things first broke out, necessarily, we did have a pretty decent lull as far as OxyFresh. OxyFresh was the only one going at that time. Actually, we had four members of our team at that point. Two of them were already at some point going to leave. At that point, they did leave. Another one is an older gentleman, and he decided that it wasn't in his best interest to continue working. So we pretty much had to restaff entirely. As far as our customers, we're disinfecting our equipment. We're taking temperatures, wearing masks, gloves. Same thing for the home cleaning. Always taking temperatures daily. Making sure we're no chance of cross contamination. Doing everything on our part to ensure that we can put our customers' best interest first and foremost. In the sense of pool scouts, we're really more so in the backyard, so we're not necessarily seeing those people face to face on a very regular basis. But we're always making sure everyone that comes in the organization is as healthy as they should be.
So then, what's next for you? What are you looking for as 2021 is kind of getting underway here? What's your kind of forecast?
So our forecast is, as I mentioned, continuing to add members to the staff as we continue to grow, making sure our marketing efforts are aligned and cohesive as far as, we're doing a lot of direct mail, but also we do a lot of grassroots stuff. So, just making sure we're doubling down on that stuff and staying in the areas we should be. In the same token, I think, generally speaking, I think, I'm not a finished product. And so I'm just trying to continue to develop myself as far as just, seeking out knowledge and learning as much as I can to be better at my job, to be better to run the organization. So I think, holistically, we're just, trying to grow our customer base, trying to grow our organization, trying to grow our people and invest in our people and see what happens from there. And also potentially adding other brands in the future, if it makes sense, but we're not quite there yet.
Now, if somebody wants to connect with you or somebody on your team and is interested in any of the positions available or wants to be an investor in, kind of in the growth, what is the website best way to get a hold of somebody?
Sure. So they can check out FranBridgeCapital.com. And they can also, if they'd like to, they can email me at Brandon, BRANDON, at FranBridgeCapital.com. In the same token, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. But those methods would probably be best necessarily.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for sharing your story today.
Absolutely, Lee. I appreciate you having me on.
All right. This is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time in Franchise Marketing Radio.